Bali's new minimum wage proposal, and Indonesia's tourist sector, a new era of innovation and growth. That's a long one, but there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat pagi. Welcome to the latest news from Bali and Indonesia. This is December 11th, 2024, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today? 29.4 degrees Celsius, humidity 79%, and wind speed is 12.4 kilometers per hour. And it is cloudy and rained yesterday. It rains every day now, so, well, that's just the way it is. And a word of caution. I just saw this story a minute ago, and I'm not going to go into it in detail. If I do a video tomorrow, I'll talk about it more. But 2 tourists were killed in Ubud in the Monkey Forest. High winds knocked down a couple of trees, hit the tourist, one woman from France, another woman from South Korea, and they were killed, unfortunately. And so during these periods of intense weather, you need to be really careful. Okay, let's get into it because, as I said, one story is quite long, but very interesting if you want to take a look at what may be in store for tourism in Indonesia in the near future with new tourism minister. Bali UMP 2025. Here are the amounts proposed by the Wage Council and Manpower Office. The Bali Provincial Wage Council has agreed to increase the provincial minimum wage, the UMP, by up to 8.5%. Bali is an island with a tourism destination where there are a combination in food and beverage provision sectors. So, according to the 2020 KBLI code, the UMP, the Bali Provincial Wage, minimum wage, has been agreed to increase to 8.5% if calculated from the 2024 UMP. And at the end of this, I'll go through the figures for 2024. This was stated by the head of the Bali Province ESDM Manpower Office, Ida Bagus Setiawan. Later, it will be more precise in this official way once there is a determination. Yes, he said, we are currently processing this. So this is a proposal. Hang on, though. This is just our recommendation to the Provincial Wage Council. Hopefully, there will be no obstacles. Today, we reported raise it to the acting governor through the process mechanism that is no later than December 11th, today. So a decision will be made by today. It will be determined by the governor. Furthermore, Setiawan explained that the 2025 Bali UMP was agreed at 2,996,560.68 from the previous 2,813,672, which was the UMP in 2024. Later, this figure will be proposed first to the acting governor of Bali for follow-up. In determining the UMP in Bali, the Bali provincial government is trying to comply with the time target set by the central government and in line with the Ministry of Manpower Regulation number 16 of 2024. In last week's meeting on Friday and then on this Monday, this was attended by unions and elements of business organizations, and they worked until they reached a consensus. Hopefully, this will be a breath of fresh air for employment and development in Bali province. Meanwhile, for the UMK in the Regency cities in Bali, Setiawan explained that he had conducted monitoring and had received directions from the Minister of Home Affairs to determine the UMP no later than December 18th, UMK, which means that the Regency cities are also in the process of calculating the UMK starting today. So the wages across Indonesia all have to be at least 6.5%, go up by at least 0.65%, and in Bali the proposal is 8.5%. Now, each district also sets a minimum wage that has to be at the minimum, reach the minimum of the Bali provincial wage, but is often higher. And so in some districts, it's going to be higher than the provincial minimum wage, and in some districts, it will be at the provincial minimum wage. Well, he continued, what will be discussed later in the district or city wage council is the sectoral minimum wage. Hopefully, it won't be a matter of muscle tension. Of course, there will be a consensus between the elements of worker representatives and employers so that on December 18th, God willing, Before that date, it can be decided. Yes, the UMK can be determined, he concluded. The minimum wage is calculated based on economic growth, inflation rates, and the 2023 minimum wage. What is the minimum wage in Bali as a province and in each of its regencies for 2024? For 2024, the minimum wage as a province was 2,813,672. Here are the minimum wages for each regency in Bali for 2024. Denpasar, 3,096,823. Gianyar, 2,928,713. Tabanan, 2,913,164. Jembrana, 2,813,672. Karangasem, 2,813,672. Bulalang, 2,813,672. And Klungkung, 2,813,672. So you see that some of the regencies are at the Bali provincial minimum wage because cost of living is cheaper here, and down in the tourism area, cost of living is more expensive, and so the minimum wage is higher. Of course, not everybody always pays the minimum wage, but that's a different story. And so the minimum wage should be set today, and I'll do an update when it is actually official. But good news for workers, at least they're going to get a decent raise this year. And this starts on January 1st, 2025. Indonesia's tourism sector, a new era of innovation and growth. As Indonesia enters a new chapter under President Prabowo, the nation's tourism sector stands at the brink of a transformative era. With the recent appointment of Widianti Putri Wardana as tourism minister, optimism is surging. Armed with an entrepreneurial spirit and visionary strategies, she embodies the innovative leadership needed to align with President Prabowo's bold vision for national development. Indonesia's upward trajectory in global tourism is undeniable. Okay, good. Recent advancements in the Travel and Tourism Development Index, TTDI, where the country climbed from 32nd to 22nd place, spotlights its burgeoning potential. This momentum presents both an opportunity and a challenge, ensuring sustainable, inclusive growth while preserving the nature's rich cultural and natural heritage. Minister Widianti's approach reflects a deep understanding of this pivotal moment. Her strategy centers on inclusivity, innovation, and sustainability, three pillars essential for the industry's growth. By fostering partnerships among local communities, industry leaders, and international stakeholders, her vision paves the way for a tourist sector that benefits all. To promote inclusivity, the new government can support or even establish partnerships, both existing and new, particularly with business entities that cater to all levels of accommodation. To align with these new policies, the government can collaborate with hospitality businesses, especially those operating in budget-friendly segments, to strengthen their presence in low-tier cities. This is good news if this happens, right? There's been this push for quality tourism, and the quality tourism has generally been defined as staying longer and spending more money. What about the budget travelers? Well, so this is talking about the budget travelers, especially as they get out of Bali and spread around the country, hopefully. Travelers often prefer to stay longer in such remote destinations, what they call the lower tier cities, making budget-friendly accommodation their top choice. At the heart of the minister's plan is the Indonesia Quality Tourism Fund, IQTF, a game changer for the industry. By channeling resources into high-quality events, infrastructure upgrades, and empowerment of small and medium enterprises, the IQTF aims to unlock the untapped potential of regions beyond Bali. Yes. This strategy diversifies the tourism landscape and distributes economic benefits more equitably across the archipelago. Bali is often seen as Indonesia's crown jewel, but relying too heavily on this one destination has led to over-tourism and countless missed opportunities in other regions. To address this growing issue, it's vital for both the government and industry leaders to take action, especially since we lack new infrastructure to support the influx of visitors. If things do not change, Bali's popularity could start to work against it. Yes, and you see that with complaints online and social media about the traffic and too many people, just too many people down in the south. To combat over-tourism, the government needs to invest in improving various infrastructure elements, especially transportation. Making it easier to travel around Indonesia means more than just marketing campaigns. It requires real investment. Enhancing transportation networks and lowering the cost of domestic flights are important steps that can encourage more Indonesians to discover the beauty of their own country, as well as international tourists. These efforts also align with the goals outlined in the 2025-2029 National Medium-Term Development Plan, which aims to create 20 new super priority destinations in Indonesia by 2029. By spreading tourism beyond Bali, we can help ensure that the country's natural and cultural treasures are preserved and enjoyed by everyone. Perhaps the most exciting aspect of Minister Widianti's vision is the embrace of Tourism 5.0, a strategy that leverages digital platforms and AI-driven solutions to enhance travel experiences. Imagine an integrated system providing real-time updates on accommodation, transportation, and events tailored to individual preferences. This digital transformation has the potential to revolutionize the sector, making travel seamless and accessible for all. For the hospitality industry, this shift presents a chance to innovate. By adopting smart technologies, property owners can lower operational costs with automation and smart energy systems. AI-driven pricing and personalized upselling can enhance profits, while real-time monitoring prevents costly repairs. Centralized platforms also streamline operations, creating a win-win for everyone involved. Smart technologies also significantly enhance the travel experience for visitors. They enable personalized itineraries, contactless check-ins, and smart room controls, making everything more convenient. In terms of security, smart locks and blockchain technology offer safer accommodation and secure payment options. Additionally, dynamic pricing and special offers allow travelers to access better deals. With automated systems in place, any issues can be resolved quickly, leading to higher overall satisfaction. Revitalizing Indonesia's tourism industry, especially in hospitality, hinges on empowering the local people who make it special. Supporting SMEs and local vendors boosts the economy and preserves culture. With government and larger industry support, these businesses can thrive through shared knowledge and affordable tools. Incorporating small businesses into marketing and loyalty programs fosters community and growth. Collaborating on local experiences and co-branded deals strengthens partnerships, while sourcing locally supports small suppliers through responsible procurement practices. Moreover, engaging local communities as active stewards of their heritage ensures long-term sustainability. When people see the tangible benefits of preserving their traditions and natural landscapes, they're more likely to champion conservation efforts. This community-driven approach creates a virtuous cycle where tourism enhances lives without depleting resources. No transportation comes without hurdles, however. The tourism sector faces significant challenges, from bureaucratic inefficiencies, to infrastructure gaps, yes. However, these obstacles are not insurmountable. The country can overcome these barriers by fostering collaboration among government agencies, private enterprise, and local stakeholders, and building resilient tourism ecosystem. The role of transportation providers is particularly crucial. Affordable and reliable travel options can unlock access to remote destinations, making them viable for domestic and international tourists. And thinking about places like Raja Ampat, for example, not the easiest place to get to. And you've got the Malukus, especially down in the Bandas. As competition grows and costs decrease, a more inclusive tourism landscape will emerge, benefiting everyone. By investing in the right infrastructure and building partnerships with local SMEs, we can set the foundation for meaningful growth in tourism and its related industries, especially hospitality. But this journey is not something we can tackle alone. It calls for a united approach. Government agencies need to simplify their processes, businesses must think outside the box, and local communities should engage in preserving their cultural heritage. Wow, there's a lot there, and a number of good ideas. Okay, transportation, how can AI be used, and the internet. Now, one of the problems, of course, with this is that the government has not been very successful in using these payment systems. Been a lot of problems with this, And so that's something that's going to have to be worked on. Transportation cost, a big issue. If you want to go from here to Lombok, for example, on a plane, it is expensive. And so let's talk about a transportation issue. Some good news. AirAsia gives 10% discount on airplane tickets during Christmas, New Year holiday. Indonesia airline AirAsia supports the government's policy to reduce ticket prices by 10% for domestic flights during the Nataru period. The discount on Nataru holiday tickets is valid from the 19th of the month until January 3rd. According to the chief executive officer of Indonesia AirAsia, she said, their institution supports the government's efforts to create more affordable air transportation, especially in important moments like Christmas and New Year holidays. With the measures we have implemented, we are confident that we can help the public access more affordable flight services while contributing to increased mobility and growth in the domestic sector. Veronita said this step is in line with the direction of President Prabowo, who aims to reduce the travel costs of the public. Also to support the recovery of the tourism sector and creative economy in Indonesia. This step is expected to lower air travel costs in line with the government's projection, targeting a 10% reduction in airline ticket prices. Veronita ensures that AirAsia will not compromise the quality of service, focusing on flight safety and comfort. Indonesia AirAsia also remains committed to ensuring the implementation of the airline ticket price reduction policy without compromising its service quality. In addition to promoting ticket affordability, Indonesia AirAsia also welcomes intensive coordination with stakeholders to ensure the smooth implementation of this policy. Indonesia AirAsia is also officially recognized as an operator that has completed the safety operational audit conducted by the International Air Transport Association, IATA, or known as the IATA Operational Safety Audit. Therefore, Indonesia AirAsia reminds passengers to comply with baggage regulations, which only allow carrying bags or personal items weighing a maximum of 7 kilos per person. If it exceeds the specific weight, it's recommended to check it in as registered baggage at the check-in counter of the departure airport. Meanwhile, State-Owned Enterprises Minister Eric Thohir ensures that the decision to lower airplane ticket prices before Christmas 2024 and New Year 2025 will be realized. He said the reduction in airplane ticket prices is on the instruction of the president. Earlier, he said, I, along with the directors of Garuda, CityLink, and Pelita Air, checked the ticket prices, and they did indeed drop. This is also thanks to cooperation with Pertamina and airport operators. We're trying to help improve ticket prices according to the president's instructions. He stated that this effort is not final and will continue to be evaluated. There's a target on December 15th. By the end of the month, I'll check again, and in March, I will also check again. This is a process that needs continuous improvement, he said. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Take care, and I will see you next time, which will be either tomorrow, which is Thursday, right, or Friday. See you.